Oh man, so if you're invested in Cardano over the last 5 or 6 months, you are probably about 80 to 85% down from all-time highs. It's been a crazy, bloody market all across crypto and altcoins, and Cardano is particularly one of those which is really hurt, and now you can get Cardano at crazy prices. Should we be jumping in on Cardano? Is this a good entry point? What does the future of Cardano look like, and what are some of the fundamental updates? We've got a whole bunch of updates to cover off for you guys today. We're also going to look at the charts to look at some technical levels, so make sure you stay tuned till the very end, smash up the likes and subscribe. This video is brought to you by PRIMEXBT. PRIMEXBT are one of the world's leading exchanges. You can trade on there, you can copy trade, there are stake and earn options, and you can also run contests on there as well. So check out my link in the description, get yourself set up. If you deposit, you can earn up to a bonus of $7,000. Yeah, $7,000, which you can use to trade with, and you don't even need to touch your initial deposit. Right, guys? Check out the link in the description. Coupon code is Ijaz1 and get yourself set up. But today's video is about Cardano, so let's get into this, because the first thing I wanted to discuss about Cardano is the fact that they've managed to add over 2,000 new wallets daily over the last month or so. And now this is despite the market volatility. And I want to caveat this a little bit by kind of just covering off some of the history of ADA and where we're at. So for those who aren't familiar, at the time, Ethereum was the first smart contract platform, and they were well ahead. And it was actually founded with Vitalik, and Charles Hodgkinson, the founder of Cardano, was part of that project. He then decided to separate out and build Cardano. And at the time, Cardano was seen as the alternative, something new to Ethereum. So naturally, Cardano attracted a lot of investors. There weren't many layer 1 solutions at the time, and Cardano was that one for somebody who wanted a substitute to Ethereum or to diversify their portfolio a little bit, right? Now, based on that, you had a whole bunch of polarizing opinions on Cardano. You had the diehards who really believed in Cardano as being the opposite, and they followed Charles Hodgkinson and Division. But then you also had the ETH maximalists who continued to weigh down on Cardano and give it some negative sentiment, despite not actually having any reason to be against the project, just because they believe in Ethereum, right? So you naturally had this polarizing rivalry which was going on. Now that has continued to this day, and the long-term kind of criticism of Cardano was that they're not actually building anything, right? And this wasn't actually Cardano's fault. Cardano and Charles Hodgkinson specifically said they want to go the slow route and build stuff peer-reviewed, academically researched, and do it the right way according to them. They want to do it right the first time. So that was always their mission statement and ethos, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the problem is the market was driving up its market cap during the bull runs. And so you had this crazy market cap valuation for Cardano, which isn't their fault, it isn't the investors' fault, it isn't moonboying or anything like that. It's just the market was pushing the price up because everything was in a bull run, everything was going up, but Cardano never actually had their smart contract platform. They never had any DeFi, they never had any activity on the network. They were still in their building phase. So naturally that picked up a bit more of hate too. So when we're looking at these facts now you can suddenly start to say, hang on a second, all these haters, all these naysayers who were saying Cardano would never actually build anything, could never get it to work, now they're having to eat their words because it actually is working. 2,000 new wallets daily in a month. So you've got to accept this as progress from Cardano. You've also need to look at the wallets here, and you can see we're now sitting on Cardano at 3.3 million wallets. Again, not world-breaking numbers, but good, slow, steady growth here on ADA, and again, showing that it's a working layer 1. This was the critique of Cardano, that they would never get to becoming a working smart contract platform, but they're doing exactly that, okay? Now, the next update worth looking at is looking at the Cardano whale transactions. They hit a 4-month high since a Cardano bottomed out at 40 cents. Remember, 40 cents on Cardano is crazy. We're going to come onto the chart shortly. If you look at the graph, and shout out to Sentiment for sharing that, you'll be able to see here, just behind my head, this is the spike. Look at this. This is their normal level. And you can see here from quite a while, the whale volumes were decreasing, right, as the price was falling. So you could see that as we were entering our down period on crypto as a whole. But we've got a huge spike here at about the 40-cent mark when Cardano was at its bottom. So if I just bring that across here so you can see it, there you go. As the green line touched the bottom here at 40 cents on Cardano, huge spike in the whale activity. Okay, now this can give you a clue, because sometimes when you see these kinds of spike, it often suggests a bottom. Now we know with altcoin, we can't just look at something like this to signify a bottom. Cardano will move based on where Bitcoin is moving, and Bitcoin seems to want to move where the equities markets are moving and where the risk on sentiment is switched on or not. But it's a good sign nonetheless that the whales are most active right now, showing that they're doing some buy the dip, right? Whales understand when is a good price to enter, and they understand looking at Cardano at 40 cents, they thought they could never ever get it back at 40 cents ever again. So huge for them to be able to buy huge volumes at 40 cents again. Now, moving on, we've also got another interesting update, which is that Trezor, the Trezor hardware crypto wallet, now supports Cardano smart contracts. Very interesting. So now, if you have a quick read of the article, they now accept the smart contracts. And what it allows you to do is allows users to securely interact with and sign the transactions to the smart contracts using the keys which they have on their Trezor. So again, that makes it really useful. Cardano supports on the Model T has been extended to now also include Polluter smart contracts for transactions from the Alonzo era onward. The feature will now allow users to transact securely and sign transactions using the Trezor. The announcement comes up following Ledger's announcement less than a month back in support of Cardano. Great stuff. Good. Little bits of progress. All these kind of things really help adoption. You can't really say in words how much effect this has on the project, because what it allows you to do is all these little things pieced together to just make the ecosystem more seamless and makes it easier for people to use your smart contracts and the rest of it. So it really makes things much better for the ecosystem as a whole. Now, the other interesting thing was this, which is Charles Hodgkinson backs up his prediction 4 million assets were issued on Cardano ecosystem. I just want to give you a bit of context behind this. So a while ago, I think in 2020, Cardano tweeted that this time next year, I predict there will be hundreds of assets running on Cardano, thousands of dApps, tons of interesting projects. So then somebody tweeted out, this didn't age well. And then Charles Hodgson replied, yeah, it aged great. 4 million assets issued. Oops, I'm just clicking into the details there. 4 million assets issued. And make sure you don't, yeah. And then he has a go at the guy for posting. But the interesting thing here is that not only are there 4 million native tokens, but there are also 937 projects now being built on Cardano with 84 recent projects. So again, progress. And this is what the naysayers don't like, right? Like the people tweeting here, they just don't want Cardano to make progress. But the fact that they are making progress, whether it's slow or fast, is not the point with Cardano. Cardano were not trying to be a fast project. They made that very clear. So again, I always use this analogy. If you look in the traditional equities markets, you get companies that want to move fast and break things. Something like a Facebook, right? They use that methodology when they're building their company to say, we want to move fast, we want to break things. In other words, don't worry if you mess stuff up, just make good things and be the first to make it. Now, often you can see how that ends up with all the scrutiny Mark Zuckerberg has, how many times he's been at the Senate committee testifying, and various other things. You can also see Ethereum takes that approach. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that approach, by the way. Ethereum move fast and break things. They were the early adopter. They got all the benefits of being the first one, but now look what they're having to do. They're having to change at 40,000 feet flying a plane. They're having to change the engine. Right? They've got this massive platform with huge DeFi and total value locked, huge amount of value on there, and they need to somehow change to proof of stake. And you can see how that's working out, right? Delay after delay. And it becomes very difficult. So Cardano's approach, and the reason why I keep Cardano in my portfolio, is a hedge against that way of thinking. What if this peer-reviewed academic research route is the layer one that's going to win? It deserves a little bit of my portfolio in the layer one section. What if a Phantom doesn't win and it's more of a Cardano? What if an Ethereum and a Cardano and one of the Phantom, Algorand, Solana's, is the portfolio mix in 5 to 6 years time from now? We don't know. So you need to allocate your portfolio smartly into different types of projects. So this was big. This was just showing that, look, there is progress. There's progress going on and people are using the ecosystem. That's what's important. Speaking of which, we've also got another network upgrade. So we spoke about Ethereum trying to do their network upgrade, and everybody's still waiting for ETH 2.0. We heard there was another delay. Well, Cardano drops another network upgrade called the Vasil Hard Fork. And for those who are unfamiliar, the Vasil Hard Fork is designed with a few proposals, including CIP, Cardano Investment Improvement Proposal 31 and 33, which basically allows you to speed up the system. So you could, for more detail, guys, if you guys want to go check out somebody called Suraj, one of the developers on Twitter, he posted a really good thread. I think, what was the date? He posted this back in April. Yeah, there you go, on the Vasil Hard Fork. And he explains in technical aspect what this means. But for the average person, let me just go down to the summary where he explains what it basically means, okay? So, it was towards the end. CIP31 will allow looking at an output without spending it and recreating it. This means multiple dApps can read from the same datum at the same time. Example, checking the current state of a stablecoin state machine. Then you've got CIP32, which is inline datums. But the one I wanted to cover off, if I can find it, where is it? I think it's in the article itself, actually, is this one, CIP3033. So the idea behind this is to make transactions smaller and have less bloat. So now you can simply reference scripts which allow you to almost, it's a shortcut. You don't have to have the whole blow of sending the whole script in every transaction. So this is going to help the scalability and the stability of Cardano. Again, this is what I like about Cardano. They don't have to worry about this stuff yet, technically, but they're thinking ahead. They don't have that much congestion on their network. They don't have any issues. We've just shown they're operating at modest levels. But they're thinking ahead and they're preparing themselves for the next scale up, and they're already doing that with the Vasil hard fork. Now, you can also take a look at the timeline. And again, the important thing here is they're managing to hit their timeline. So they said by 29th of June, they will be in the mainnet Vasil era. And Charles Hodgkinson tweeted recently that they're on track for the 29th of June. That's really good. And maybe that can give a bit of positive boost to Cardano and its price, as again, they're achieving the fundamental milestones. For as much as we worry about price, these are the things that will lead price. This is the lead measure. Price is the lag measure. If a project is getting all of these right and ticking off their to-do list, the price is going to follow. As long as they keep doing their work, the price will indeed follow. Okay, so the final thing, which is a really, actually not the final one, but one of the things I wanted to share with you as well is this. Cardano Accelerator Program Genius X ISPO nets $105 million in ADA. Okay, $105 million. So for those who aren't familiar, Genius Yield is a DEX and AMM on Cardano. Okay, so they've got they're like a DeFi project. Now they've set up Genius X, which is going to be like their fund, their launchpad. And what they've managed to do is raise $105 million in ADA just for that. Again, just goes to show how healthy the market is for Cardano in such a down bear market. When everybody is risk off, how have they managed to raise $105 million in ADA, even with ADA at this suppressed price point, right? So really impressive, and just again, testament to the fact that things are happening on Cardano, and that's the key. You just want to find things happening. If this could, become one of the poster projects for Cardano, that could be huge, right? Just like you talk about Ethereum with CryptoPunks or Bored Ape Yacht Club, it just takes a couple of good projects, a game, a new, a Uniswap AMM to really get your smart contracts platform and layer one really moving, and that's what's important. Okay, the other thing to look at is this. Cardano NFT sales reached 27 million and ADA is attempting to rebound. So 27 million in NFTs, again, not crazy, right? It's not crazy, but 27 million in April is a decent amount of NFTs. And the important thing is when we look at other layer one solutions, you guys know we cover Phantom a lot on this channel. What's one of our critiques of Phantom? They're so strong on the DeFi, but where's their GameFi? Where's their metaverse? Where's their NFTs? Cardano does have a little bit in all of those spaces, which is really good, and it's going to help them become a holistic layer one. That's the key. You've got to show that you can do all of them. And again, one of these projects, like for example, Chilled Kongs is really popular at the moment as an NFT on the Cardano network. That could easily become your Bored Ape Yacht Club for your layer one solution. You don't know which project it's going to be, which really propels your NFT ecosystem, which again just brings more people, brings more wallet, brings more demand for ADA itself. And then finally, before I quickly head into the charts, I want to share with you the stats from DeFiLlama. And again, we know this is nothing. This is modest. But if I go and find Cardano here on the list, you can see we're sitting at 22 now. And that may seem like nothing, and it's 200 million. But Cardano is making progress. And yes, it's a difficult market right now. DeFi is leaking out, but Cardano's in the green. Everything else is red. So if you look at, you can see here, okay, 50% up on the 7-day change. And if you look at everything else, Ethereum's down 1%, Avalanche is down 11%, Polygon is down, Solana is up like slightly. You got 2% down on Coronas, Phantom is down 20%, right? So you can see that if they can do a 5x from now, they'll be in the top 10. And they're slowly making that progress. When we first monitored it, they were 100 million total value locked. Now they're at 200 million. Do you think in the next run-up, they can't easily get to 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, and then we're talking they're properly in the DeFi space and competing with the top names? And that's the key. People have to be patient with these projects and hold them. I mean, people who are looking for a quick buck are obviously, they don't want to be in an asset like this, right? And again, if we come onto the charts, anybody who's invested in Cardano, and you can pull up any chart really, but obviously Cardano's taken an extra painful hit, is 85% down from all-time highs. If you take that swing from the top to where we're at back now, yep, 83, 84% down from all-time highs. But now you have to ask yourself, forget all of that. Even if you did buy during that, where do we sit right now? We're sitting here at 52 cents on a project which has easily gone to $3 without a smart contract platform, without issuing the JED stablecoin, without doing the various things that they're doing with the Vasil hard fork, right? Without the adoption on NFTs, without the DeFi total value locked, all the things we've just discussed, wallet addresses going up, assets going up, projects being built going up, dApps going up, right? And if you can say, okay, the project hasn't progressed from here, from September 2021 to now, then that's crazy. If you think it has progressed, and I think it's progressed hugely, then the question is, hang on, if I'm buying here at 50 with the easy 6x back to just somewhere where it's been before, is that not worth a portion of my portfolio in my layer one category of my portfolio? And that's how I think about things. And that's the way Cardano has a position in my portfolio. And I continue to dollar cost average in on it. So there you have it, guys. Great time to be buying Cardano. You can see the whales are buying. It's personally something I'm doing, not financial advice. Do your own research. But the key is, don't listen to naysayers. Do your own research. Go and find the articles. Go and look at the stats. Look at the charts. Look at the adoption. Look at the on-chain metrics. Look at the fundamentals yourself. Weigh up the technicals as well. And come to a conclusion of if it's worth a part of your portfolio. This is not a binary choice that, oh, I have to have either no Cardano in my portfolio or I have to have loads. No. What's wrong with having a sensible allocation? If Luna's taught you anything, moving slow and breaking things can be quite catastrophic. So why not balance it out with a project that is doing the opposite, going slow, methodical, peer-reviewed, and the rest of it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on ADA. It's been a while since we've done one. If you like this type of content, you want to see more on ADA, comment below, hit the like button, make sure I know about it. Don't forget to check out PRIMEXBT, links in description, to get up to $7,000 depositing bonus coupon code Ijaz1. Make sure you get yourself set up. Just deposit the amount. You're going to get your bonus. You can trade with that bonus and you don't even need to touch your deposit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go check out the video on Phantom from yesterday, because is Andre Cronje returning? Go watch that and find out what we just spotted, some new evidence of whether he's returning. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.